So, ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly Christmas time, and NVTV have invited me back to host their Christmas special. It's great to be here, and we've got a great lineup of guests joining us on the show today. We're going to be joined by broadcasting legend and show band superstar George Jones is going to be here. We've got the Lord Mayor of Belfast, Mr. Brian Kingston, joining us in the studio. And it wouldn't be Christmas without a visit from Terri Hooley. He's going to be here too. Plus we'll have some great live music from Joby Fox. We'll have Kiel from the band The Logues. We'll have some more live music from McGinn. And to get the show underway, let's start in style with a girl group from Belfast. Please welcome Wookalily.
Devil is a woman, and she's always been. She's the wildest, meanest woman that you've never seen. She'll take you and she'll break you and make you her slave. I'll betray her, don't obey her. She'll put you devil is a woman and your body she'll possess. Take pieces off your mind, disregard the rest. She'll follow you and swallow you, spit you in the dirt. Don't dance with the devil, she'll twist you till you hurt. Lucifer will go to hell, devil in disguise. Lucifer devil is a woman and she's out to steal your soul. Be careful of the wolf, the designer sheepskin clothes. She'll fool you and she'll fool you, enchant and bewitch until the day you say, get behind me. Lucifer will go to hell, devil in disguise. Lucifer will go to hell, true lies in your life. Lucifer will go to hell. Lucifer will. Lucifer will go to hell. Lucifer will. Devil is a woman. 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 The devil is a woman. Lucifer will go to hell. Devil
So there we go, some live music from the girls from Wookalily. They've got a new album due out next year, and to find out more, check out their website, which is wookalily.com. Now I'm going to talk about one of the longest running music shows in the history of Northern Ireland. The Showband Show, do you come here often? The man behind it is sitting beside me, and it's George Jones. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'd rather be behind it than in front of it.
So it's a record-breaking show.
Well, long and way above our wildest dreams, Robin. That we thought, I mean, it started really about 20 years ago. I was on BBC at the time, and I thought to myself, 2 hours, I could really do what I wanted in those days, not like today. And for 2 hours, I talked about nothing but dance halls and show bands, and the fact that there was over 800 show bands in Ireland at one stage.
Wow.
And a dance hall in every village in Ireland, plus so many in the towns and cities, of course. The 2 hours, the phones never stopped. So I said to myself, this is something really different, you know. So I left it anyway. A couple of months later, tried the same thing, and this time the phones leapt off the hooks. But the guys of the original show bands were all calling in, they were listening. Hey, we're still around, we're still playing, loving what we're hearing, we remember this. So eventually I got the sort of bell or the light bulb ding, you know, because I went round to David Hull. I says, David, we got to put this on stage. The whole idea, the ethic of the show was to bring back the original stars, the Dickie Rocks, Brendan Boyers, Joe Dolan's, the Pacific, all the big bands, and we wouldn't do it unless we got the original stars. Once we had got them all signing up and they found out it was a real buzz to do it, they were queuing up to come on. Little did we know that the crowd just wanted it and wanted it and wanted it. So we've ran it an extra 5 years, but now we've decided, sadly, you know, we've lost so many great show band stars. And holding by the adage of the show, we wanted to keep it original. If we couldn't get the original stars, then we were running out of a show. And literally, that's it. But to call it a phenomena is literally an understatement. We never realised it was going to last this long.
And for you to have been there right from the start of the kind of show band era as well.
I had heroin and stuff. I really did.
It was an important time for music and history throughout Ireland, wasn't it? So it must be pretty special to know that you were there.
Show bands as a name started really at the end of the 50s and went right through the 60s, and it became a multi-million pound business. So one of the reasons I think for the success of this show, there was a huge 30-year void of people wondering where their idols went, like Dickie Rock, Joe Dolan. They'd never heard of them, and suddenly we brought them back. And it was as if that 30 years didn't exist.
Exactly,
And suddenly they were there in the waterfront watching Dickie Rock again, and they were nudging their friends. Do you remember we used to dance to him? And all the memories just came flooding back. That's been the main secret. We didn't just make a musical show, we made a musical memories and comedy show. So they laugh, they get the memories, and they get the music.
Excellent. And of course, way back in the show band when they first started, lots of our top musicians, people like Henry McCulloch, actually started in show band. Van Morrison,
absolutely.
Didn't they?
They all did. Rory Gallagher.
Wow.
They all did. Absolutely.
And you were there mixing with those guys. You know Van, you know.
Well, Van and I grew up together. I mean, that's known fact. We went to school together. We had our first show band in 1958. 59, and I think we were the first band to leave Northern Ireland to play in Germany at the same time as the Beatles.
Brilliant.
We were there. But I'll give you stories of things that happened. I came back from Germany with the Monarch show band, and we all sort of split up, went our separate ways, and the rest is history. Of course, Van went on to do the Maritime and them and stuff. But my father said to me one time flippantly, he says, I want you to teach my partner's grandson, he had a business partner, how to play the guitar. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? It's, you know, he says, I want you to do it for me as a favour. He says he's in the summer holidays off school, he's only 11, and that was Gary Moore.
Wow.
You know, and another story, you just mentioned him. We were playing in Cork with the Dave Glover show band, and Dave Glover was one of the biggest bands next to the Freshmen in Cork itself. We had 3,500 people in the Arcadia ballroom. Me and the drummer went out for something to eat. We weren't on to 11, but for some reason we came back early that night. As I was walking back to the Arcadia ballroom, I heard this most amazing blues sound from the depths of Ireland. Like, coming from Germany, I loved it all. I said, let's go and hear this. And there was 3 kids on stage dancing round, one with long hair, guitar. And I went down to him and I said, look, I said, where are you from? He says, I'm from Cork. I says, well, look, get out of here. Get over to London. There's a new blues scene starting because it was changing from the Beatles to the Stones and John Mayall and all that. Yeah. I says, if you can't get to London, get up to Belfast. There's a club called the Maritime, and a mate of mine called Van Morrison has started a band called Them. It's all blues. I says, take my number, and if you help. 2 weeks later, he phoned me. I put him in touch with a few people, and that was Rory Gallagher.
Wow, what a great story.
You know, so the stories that emanate from those wonderful years of music are just amazing.
Brilliant.
You know, absolutely.
So I suppose over Christmas there isn't much time off because you're getting ready for the tour.
Well, we don't start officially until the 27th. The first gig actually is Castleblaney.
Right.
And then we move into the Waterfront for 3 nights, 28th, 29th, 30th. And then we take it up to Derry, the Millennium Forum for 3 nights, and then we go down to Dublin. And that's it wrapped. It'll be a sad time, it really will. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So next year you've got the big Grand Opera House shows?
It starts the tour of 10 days, rock and roll years and dance hall days. It's more nostalgia. It starts on the 21st of January, right after we finish the show bands in the Opera House.
Brilliant. And Club Sound are still busy?
Club, 46 years, old men, but still rocking.
Great stuff, George. It's been great having you on the show.
You too,
Thank
Rob.
you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You.
Happy Christmas
Happy
Day.
Christmas. Thank you. Let's have some more live music now. And a few months back, I went along to the Empire to see a great band called the Logues. They were so good, I thought I'd better have them on the Christmas special. Sadly, only one of them could be here today. So here's one Logue performing live. Here's Kiel.
First time I met you was in Bergantine. Beauty and madness and surface with wine. We bought at a train driving New Amsterdam. Danced through the night and ignored the smoking ban. Next time I saw you in the town of Hardenberg, your power of seduction trapped this boy from the dirt. To his perfect company, 3 people is a crowd. I spoke the words, I love you, of that I am the proud. When I'm around you, I can't find my breath. Each day that I'm with you, I feel closer to death. I know I'm in love when my freedom is gone. Want some more, just a little bit more, Yvonne John. Yeah. In Covardin there's a pub, we just sat there to unwind. I said a light to liquid and I nearly lost my mind. In the morning life was hazy and I stumbled to a walk, and a memory brought promise that I'd meet you at the dock. The ship set sail for Ireland, the sea was quirring rough. We got into an argument, I swore I had enough. That night in Letterkenny, we danced until the night. We came to the conclusion we'd be bored if we don't fight. When I'm around you, I can't find my breath. Each day that I'm with you, I feel closer to death. I know I'm in love when my freedom is gone. Want some more, just a little bit more, Yvonne John. Yvonne John. Still you're on my mind. I thought we'd last forever, thought that we would bind. Drink can't give me comfort if you're not by my side. I want the thing that kills me, leaves me mystified. Yeah, I'm going back to the lowlands where canals make a maze. Found you sleeping in the pub, your beauty has no face. I'll give you my whole life if you swear that you'll be mine. Love's nothing more than a lie, you know, to me that's fine. When I'm around you, I can't find my breath. Each day that I'm with you, I feel closer to death. I know I'm in love when my freedom is gone. Want some more, just a little bit more, Yvonne John. Yvonne John. Yvonne John.
So So big thank you to Kiel from the Logues. Check out their album Coming of Age, which is out now. Next up on our festive special, Mr. Terri Hooley. Welcome, sir.
Great to be here, Robin. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a while. Well, I've been a while, you see. But I knew you were roaming around Donegal Street somewhere today, so we had to get you in.
I rarely go into Belfast these days, but
yeah.
I heard you were in town, so I decided to come in.
The last time I did
the
last time I did a show for this network, we did it downstairs on a street somewhere.
We did,
and you were doing that
corner.
famous walking tour.
I was doing my alternative Belfast walking tour, done 2.
Last time I saw you, you were just recovering. You were just out of hospital.
2 years ago, I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't want my girlfriend to know that I wasn't feeling good, and I was hiding in the bathroom, and she phoned Stuart Bailey and Jimmy Symington. They came around the house, and Jimmy took one look at me and said, "I'm taking you to the hospital." And I went to the hospital, and they told me I'd had a heart attack and pneumonia.
Oh my God, you didn't realise?
And I didn't, because I'd had a heart attack 20 years before, and I knew all about that, the pains in the arms and the chest. And then I said to them, "I'll be out of here by the 16th. It was the 1st of December. I said, "We've Good Vibrations Christmas party in London, hotels, flights, everything. I'm doing DJ at one of my favourite clubs in the UK, the 100 Club in Oxford Street. Outcasts, Defects, and all are playing. I have to be at it." And I went, "Terry, you're going nowhere." And then on a Thursday night, I had a relapse, and if I hadn't been in hospital, I would have been dead.
Wow.
So I was in hospital for nearly 3 months, and then I got out. Glad to get out, and I got out a month later and had a stroke. I woke up one morning, I couldn't move this arm and
My
stuff.
God.
I thought I had pins and needles, and I was only in for a few days, and now 3 hospitals in the last few months have told me not to come back. I've just one more to go to.
But it hasn't slowed you down. You seem to be busier now than you've ever been.
I haven't been as busy in a long time, so I haven't. But my whole lifestyle's changed. I'm not out terrorising the natives as much as I used to be.
So it does seem now you're one of the busiest DJs in Belfast.
And nobody turns up.
Nobody turns up. I hear Voodoo's going great.
That's difficult. I've moved me to the graveyard shift on the Tuesday night. Well, next week I'm out doing DJ 4 times, but I can't get a crowd in Belfast. Anywhere outside Belfast.
Right.
Whether it be Moscow, San Francisco.
Moscow, San Francisco, and Antwerp.
But anywhere, especially down the south of Ireland, I get a crowd. But in Belfast, they don't like me.
Right, okay. You've got a big New Year's Eve thing coming up, haven't you?
Oh, yes, indeed. And oh, yeah. It was because I'd missed, because I was in hospital, I missed Christmas and New Year. Then I think it was Stuart Bailey's idea, let's have a oh yeah last year, and that was good crack. So it was really good. So it was a really good night, and so we're doing it this year again.
Brilliant.
So I look forward to it, because I used to sit at home on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I just didn't, I didn't go out, and my girlfriend would be out partying and all, not coming home to 6 o'clock the next day, and I'd be sitting at home. So. And then I started doing it in the John Hewitt, and that got me out New Year's Eve, and now I look forward to going out on New Year's Eve.
And of course, people are still talking about your movie as well, Good Vibrations.
Well, the musical, they're working on the musical at the moment, which will be out next October in the Lyric.
There you go. What's Christmas Day got in store for you this year?
I go down with my girlfriend to her folks down in Hollywood, have Christmas dinner, quiet time, and home. Look after the dog. Watch TV.
Yeah. Right, Terry, thank you for joining us on the show.
Is that it?
That's it.
My goodness.
They've only given me 42
I was just getting
minutes.
comfortable here.
It was nice. Yeah, no, we could have carried on, but they've only given me 42 minutes, and we've got to do some live music now.
Great.
So we've got a man waiting in the wings.
And who's that?
Crazy man, but crazy in a good way.
I like crazy people.
He's called Finn McGinn. He usually performs with his motley crew of men called the Mud Guards, but today he's going solo.
God, I'm a dinosaur. I don't know who these people are.
Well, here he is. He's going to do a Christmas record for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Finn McGinn.
You rode in on a marigold mare, the summer sun on your auburn hair, as carnival sounds fill the market square at the Sligo Fair. You turned around as you saddled by, I smiled at you and I winked my eye. You blew me a kiss, then waved goodbye at the Sligo Fair. the Sligo Fair. Late October at the Horseshoe Bar, I'm feeling lonely, having a jar. When you walk in, dressed like sin, change the mood I'm in. I look at you as you look at me. Some things are meant to be. Brings back the memory of the moment we shared at the Sligo Fair. Then we lie on the hills, counting shooting stars. Women are from Venus and men from Mars. I fell for you when I saw you there at the Sligo Fair. We will ride the dark green mountain heather, galloping through 4 seasons of weather. When the sun shines, our laughter lasts forever. When the rain falls, we'll pull close together. I'm going back to the Sligo Fair. I hope to see you there.
So there we go, some great live music from Finn McGinn. Check him out on Facebook, and the new record is out on iTunes and all over the place as well. Time for a bit of nostalgia now. I'm going to take you back to the year 1977, and the Digital Film Archive have lent us some great footage of Christmas shopping in Belfast back in 1977. Have a look at this.
And you can't make two of them? No.
Okay, Lily.
Okay, thank you.
So there we go, that's what Christmas was like way back in 1977, and thank goodness we've come a long way since then. Now, we've been joined in the studio by the Lord Mayor of Belfast, Brian Kingston's here. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, Robin. Thank you for inviting me along.
So that was an interesting little piece of footage there from 1977. Belfast has come a long way, hasn't it?
Well, yes, I think when we look back at that, we can see how much our city has been transformed. And in many ways, these are very good times for Belfast now. We see that at this time of year with the Christmas market, which has been as popular as ever in the grounds of City Hall, and many thousands of people every day enjoying that, and that's now a regular feature.
So apart from the Christmas market, the other big success at the minute has been the Titanic Centre winning that massive award.
Yes, well, we're so proud of this. The Titanic Belfast Centre is now the world's leading tourist attraction.
Wow.
Voted by people in the tourist industry and by members of the public at the World Travel Awards at the start of this month. And this is a tremendous accolade for Belfast and for all of Northern Ireland that we have the world's best tourist attraction. And it beat other attractions such as the Las Vegas Strip in America, and Machu Picchu in Peru, and the Guinness Storehouse in Dublin. And I mean, we see that with the numbers coming. Earlier this year, I attended there to welcome the 3 millionth visitor, but the 3 millionth visitor in just over 4 years. So it's around 700,000 people every year coming to visit Titanic Belfast.
Yeah. Now, a few weeks ago, I was over in East Belfast at the C.S. Lewis Park, which I know you were at the opening of as well. That's something people should really go and check out if they haven't done so already.
Yes, I have to say I've been very impressed by some of the developments in East Belfast during my year as Lord Mayor. And we're very proud of people from this part of the world who have become known worldwide. You know, people like C.S. Lewis, George Best, Van Morrison. So we can celebrate our writers, our sports people, our musicians who've gone on to make an impact around the world. And that's a first-class attraction, not just for visitors, but very much a facility for local people. And
it has been another good year for sports. Our sports stars, hasn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, Carl Frampton, we're so proud of what he has achieved now, a double weight world champion. But also Jonathan Ray as a double world champion in motorbike racing, and Bethany Firth as the top achieving Paralympian from the Rio Games this summer. So, and of course, Northern Ireland with their achievement qualifying for the Euros and how they did, and also the Republic of Ireland team and how both sets of fans were awarded the medal by the Mayor of Paris.
So looking ahead to next year, what have we got to look forward to for Belfast?
Next year we have a World Championship Ice Hockey Series happening in April with I think it's 6 or 7 international teams playing at the SSE Arena. And next summer we have the UEFA Women's Under-19 football tournament being played venues across Northern Ireland. And also in August the Women's Rugby World Cup being played in both Dublin and Belfast. And just we have our own events that we've been supporting as a Belfast City Council. We have the return of the Friendship 4 ice hockey tournament next November, which has now happened for 2 years in Belfast and is happening for a further 2 years at least. And next year we will have the addition of a basketball tournament, again with American university teams coming here. So this will be top quality performance in those sports that we can watch here.
Brilliant. And what about Christmas for yourself? Is it going to be a quiet family Christmas? Or?
I'll be getting a week off between Christmas and New Year. So I look forward to spending time with my wife. My children are grown up now, they're in their 20s, but they'll still be home for Christmas, and we look forward just to having that time together and having a bit of a rest.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and joining us on the Christmas special.
Well, my pleasure, thank you.
And they're reminding me that we have to look at this big thing in front of us here, which has been made by the Cakery Company. A lady called Carly Walsh made this massive pavlova thing.
Right.
There we go, there's a nice big slice there, and we've got the little thing to lift it with.
Oh, looks great.
There we go. While you're eating that, I'll introduce the next guest, who's standing by, waiting to perform live for us. One of our finest singer-songwriters. Here's Joby Fox.
All's not well in the garden, but it's all right in the west. There are bombs and things in Palestine. I think you know the rest. 'Cause everything is beautiful, 'cause it says here on TV, buy this beautiful item and you'll get the other one free. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, I'm not dead in the water, 'cause I've got my NVTV. It's the way to keep your prisoners is to tell them that they're free. So praise the Lord, pass the ammunition, pass it over to me. So come on everybody, raise your hands, sing with me. Hallelujah.
So we've heard him perform. Let's meet the man himself, Joby Fox. How are you, sir?
Dead on, all good actually.
Great stuff. I wanted to talk music with you because 2016, it's been a weird year. We have lost some of the greatest musicians and performers in the world. And you must have been influenced by people like Leonard Cohen and of course David Bowie, who we lost this year.
Absolutely. I mean, those two artists are, in of themselves. My partner Sophie, a big fan. I've been a fan all my life. And Bowie, I met Bowie actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I met Bowie way back. I was signed to my records years ago.
Yeah.
I got a VIP ticket up to Milton Keynes. He was on the Magical Moonlight tour.
Yes.
And everybody said to me, I mean, if you meet Bowie, what are you going to do? I said, not worried about Bowie, he's just a guy, don't worry about him, you know. But when Bowie came, the band were on stage. They cleared the area out for Bowie to come from his trailer up on stage. And as I came out from one of the trailers, I encountered him.
Wow.
And I nearly passed out. I was like, what?
Yeah. Now we have to talk about our good friend, Bap Kennedy, of course, as well, who sadly passed away only a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You knew Bap probably better than most people because you spent all that time with him in Energy Orchard, didn't you?
I did indeed. Me and Bap first met each other when we were kids. And music was a part of that. But then it obviously emerged to be one of the most important aspects of our relationship, if you like. But I mean, he was a mate. We went through an awful lot together. 7:10, there were the bank robbers. 7:10, we played together a lot, shared each other's equipment. Got together in London several years later. I moved to London around 80, was there for a few years, and then Bob moved over and we formed Energy Orchard. Obviously, now that he's passed on, it's hard for me to even take that in, but he's passed on, and he's, I'll miss him.
Yeah.
You know.
People kind of forget as well the importance of Energy Orchard back then as well, because you were kind of the first band from Northern Ireland to go to London, and you were offered these massive deals, weren't you?
We got one of the best, if not the best, record contract that anybody had ever got up until that point. We had a 5-album deal, and there was millions involved. We kind of imploded. We're a bit messed up. Actually, you know, we were all a bit messed up in our own wee ways. One of the fault lines was the Americans really wanted us over there. There was New York, and they wanted us a lot, the MCA over there, and LA.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big thing for guys from Belfast at that age to go to London, but to go to America as well and do that must have been crazy.
It was. I'm afraid it's not even, you wouldn't even be able to talk about it on this show.
Of course, yeah.
You know, it was too crazy.
So musically, where are you today? Is there new stuff in the pipeline for you?
Absolutely. Well, I've been out really, in the last year or so, I've been out working with refugees out in a GNC.
That's what I was going to say to you about that. How did that come about? Yeah. Why?
Well, I just to some degree, my passion for music is to try to reach out to people, is to try and to be some kind of, try to help people really in some ways and share emotions and feelings. When I seen the pictures that we all seen, last year about the refugee crisis and some of the children washing up on the beach and all the rest of it, I was just so appalled. I needed to do something a wee bit more substantial to not just music, to get out there and actually practically help people with my hands and my feet and actually get out there. And
you must have had some scary, dangerous moments out there as well. I
did.
Yeah.
But not half as scary as the refugees themselves.
Right, yeah.
What they've went through is really, it's beyond our comprehension over here. Yeah. It's what I've noticed, and I have had to come to terms with that myself actually. You imagine being in a dinghy with your family. What did it take for you to actually get into that dinghy in the first place?
Exactly,
You have to use your imagination. What's happening in Aleppo at the moment and all the rest of it. And you get in that dinghy, and some of these people have never been on the water or even seen water in their lives, and it all starts to go wrong. It's 60 people, women and children, and it's just terrible.
So Joby, you've got this big charity gig coming up, haven't you?
Yes, well it's not my initiative really. It's a gentleman called Kevin Jones, a friend of Jude Bennett, who is my equal partner in refugee rescue, and he's put together on the 29th of this month, December, in the Empire, and there's 6 bands in there. So all the proceeds go to refugee rescue, which we provide a boat out in the Aegean Sea, escorting and picking up refugees.
Great stuff. What's Christmas got in store? Family Christmas?
Yes, well, it's going to be a Danish Christmas this year, so it's going to be very traditional and less of the sort of commercial stuff. You know, the Danes do it proper. You know, so
yeah.
That's what I have in store with my little son, 2.5-year-old Rory.
Brilliant, Joby. Have yourself a very Merry Christmas, and thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Cheers,
thanks, Joby. Thanks, Joby. So that's nearly all we have time for on the Christmas special. Before we leave you, we're going to play you a nice Christmas record, a brand new one, by the way, by Brian McAteer and Caitlin. Let's find out more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Brian, tell us about this new record.
Yeah, I'm a big pop music fan, especially Christmas music, and I love all the famous songs that we all listen to every year. And I just thought, I'm hearing them too often. I'd like just as catchy a song, but something new. So I thought, why don't I write one myself?
So Christmas is coming around is the title of the song. Caitlin, how did you get involved in the whole project?
I'd been working with Brian through a couple of various things for a couple of years, and then the opportunity came up and it was too good to say no. A chance to be able to provide a song for a charity that could do great work is a great opportunity and something that I definitely wanted to be involved in.
So Brian, how did you choose the charity to be involved?
Well, the words in the song mention, and it's tried to get the real meaning of Christmas. So there's a little mention of there's a little child and he's making mile, that sort of line in it, and then it mentions people like people who are down and out, and upside down, and in a way we all are. And at some stage in our lives we'll probably all be down somewhere. So it occurred to me, why not I mention people like that in the song, and why don't we try and do some good with the song as well. So that was the sort of thinking behind it.
So Brian and Caitlin, thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Christmas is Coming Around is the new single. Brian, how can we get it?
You can get it on iTunes, get it on CD, baby, but download it, and there's more money goes to charity if you download it.
Okay, get downloading. Let's hear the record. Christmas is coming around. Have yourselves a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.
Walking down the road, going absolutely nowhere. I was seriously thinking about absolutely nothing. Then a man in white gave me such a fright. Must have looked aside, but he said it's alright. Walking down the road, going absolutely somewhere. I was seriously thinking about